Oh, I asked if he was ready for tonight. There he was. I was like, are you ready for tonight? He's like, yeah, I'm just excited to perform. And I just went, and then I walked away. I don't know what happened. Okay, so, hey guys, it has been a while now since I've made a video, but there's a very simple explanation for this. Basically, we took the laptop to this guy at my grandmother's work, and he offered to fix it for free as long as we paid for the parts and stuff. And well, now my Nana doesn't work there anymore, and we never got the laptop back, and we cannot get in hold of the guy to get it back, and so I did not have a laptop for the longest time. And then my phone was just, it was gone. It was really gone. And so I have a new phone now, and I have a new laptop, so everything's kind of a little back into a better situation. But anyways, I'm just going to get into the point of this video. If you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram, you guys would probably know that I went to the Vamps concert with The Tide and Before You Exit this, like, July. It was July 24th. There it is. And I'm just going to kind of talk about my experience with the concert and how I met The Tide. So, basically, how it all started is this was an early birthday present for me, and I was going to take a friend. We were going to make the 5-hour drive to Atlanta so I could go and see the Vamps. We didn't go to Atlanta the night before. We just drove there the morning of the concert. And I remember the day I was in band camp. I was in band camp the day before the concert and the week leading up to the concert. I was going to have to miss a day of band camp so I could go to the concert. The day before, I'd actually gotten a notification from a whole bunch of people in Atlanta that the Vamps were having a meetup in an Atlanta mall. That's my luck. Exactly my luck. So, anyways, my friend Katie and I, we both went to the concert together. We woke up around 6 or 7 the day of the concert, and we made the 5-hour drive to Atlanta with 2 dogs in the car, 2 puppies. One, like, still a puppy, but pretty big. This isn't really that relevant right now, but it'll kind of get relevant because I have to make a thank you to somebody. So, the night before the concert, I forgot to plug up my portable charger. And I wanted my phone to stay alive, like, the whole day because I was going to get there early because the whole concert was general admission. And I wanted, like, good seats, and I wanted to have my phone on me, and I'd have to have the phone after the concert so I could call my parents so they could come and pick me up. Anyways, so yes, I had left my phone, my portable charger, off of the charger. I'd forgotten to charge it. And then almost over half the car ride, I charged my portable charger for half of the car ride, and then the half when we got closer to Atlanta, I put my phone back on the charger because I wanted my phone to be like 100% when we got there. And so we got to Atlanta around noon, and it took us like 15 minutes to find the venue, but we went and got food. But I was really concerned because I had been following several update accounts and talking to some other people going to the concert, and I was constantly checking in, like, how many people are there, how many people are there, how many people are there. Little did I know they had a sound check and a meet and greet. I didn't know this. So those people were there for that. And I was like, okay, we have got to get there. Like, we are getting food, and we are going, and we are sitting outside the venue. So we got to the venue either around, like, 12:30 or 1-ish. I can't quite remember which. And we got out. My parents dropped us off. We had our food. We sat, and we kind of ate our food for a little bit. But, like, 3 minutes after we got out of the car and we were waiting, we saw this big red tour bus pull up next to where we were, and we started seeing, like, some people coming out. Just a little background info. I did not really know who the Tide was or who the Tide were and who the Vamp. Oh my gosh. I did not know who the Tide and who Before You. I knew who Before You Exit were. I had heard, like, maybe one of their songs, but that wasn't it. And I didn't know really who the Tide were because I couldn't find anything about them on Google Play, and for some odd reason I never looked them up on YouTube. I don't know. But so this, like, bus pulls up, and we see some guys getting out, and we see a whole bunch of girls, like, getting out, and, you know, I didn't know who these people were, but obviously I knew they were important, so I was going to take a picture with them. As far as I can remember, the first person I took a picture with was, I'm pretty sure it was Austin. I know I sat there waiting to take a picture with Nate, but the girl that was in front of me, or, well, she wasn't in front of me because there wasn't really a line. The girl that was, like, taking a picture before me, she kind of sat around and she was having conversation and she was trying to take, like, a gazillion different poses and a gazillion different pictures, which I completely understand that you want to do, but when you have a lot of people trying to meet this person, it's easier just to let everyone take a photo or two and then come back and talk to them later, if that makes sense, because usually, as far as I know, they hang out for just a little bit longer after they've met everybody so you can get more pictures and so they can talk to you and hang out with you. While I was waiting for Nate, the girl was taking forever and I was just kind of like, okay, we will go and try to find who else this was. And keep in mind, I did not know their names at the time. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know their names. I didn't know what instrument they played. So I took a picture with Austin, and I'll insert that picture here. And Austin was really cool. I mean, he's older than me, and so, I mean, he was really cool. He was wearing an All Time Low shirt, which I thought was really cool. That's how I knew they were going to be a cool band. I don't know. But he was wearing an All Time Low shirt. As far as I can remember, he was very, like, nice, and he was very, yeah. And then when I posted the picture on Twitter, once again, before I knew who they were, he liked it, and then he followed me. Next person I got a picture with was Drew. Drew was really nice. I didn't get to spend much time with him. Like, I know Austin and Drew were just kind of blur of meeting them. As far as I can remember, they were both very nice. And then I met Levi. So I took a picture with him, and I was wearing a wrist brace at the time. And I was on a different side. I'm pretty sure I was on a different side than I was, and so I had the wrist brace on my right hand. I'm left-handed, so it's already hard enough for me to use my right hand, but like I was really hard for me to hold my phone and take the picture and stuff. So Levi took the I asked Levi if he could take the picture for me. He said sure. He took the picture. Finally, I got to meet Nate, and this is where things just get really weird. I mean, it's not bad, but I hate to think about this. So a few months leading up to the concert, like, I had just gotten into this, like, habit of just, like, anytime anyone said something to me, like, I just do, like, a double thumbs up, or if my parents would, like, it's gonna be really weird, but if my parents would tell me to do something and I had already turned around, like, I'd do a double thumbs up. But, that was just a natural reaction to me. Anytime anyone said anything to me and I just didn't really know what to say, I would just either do this or that. Well, I had never met, like, a band before, so I thought I was going to be trying to be one of these cool people that try to talk and have a conversation with these people. Oh my god. So I asked Nate a question, like a very simple question. I asked if he was ready for tonight. There he was. I was like, are you ready for tonight? He's like, yeah, I'm just excited to perform. And I just went, and then I walked away. I don't know what happened. I didn't think it was very awkward at the time. I didn't have a reason to think it was very awkward at the time. But, oh Lord. Like, I don't know. Katie pulled me out afterwards, and she didn't pull me out, but I went back and met Katie afterwards, and they had all gone back on their tour bus or inside the venue or something like that. And she was like, that was really awkward. And I was like, was it really? And she was like, yes, like, I wanted to go in there and pull you out of the situation. She was like, I was cringing the whole time watching you, and I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And, like, I don't remember Nate's face, like, clearly during that conversation, but at the same time, I think I could hear the uncomfortable, like, laughter in his voice. Like, I don't really know. It's just very awkward. And Katie said she's pretty sure that their tour manager, I think it's their tour manager, I could be wrong, Davi was cringing, and I'm 99.9% sure he was cringing. It was bad. Okay, anyways, so this was like 1 o'clock. Around 2 or 3, the people with meet and greet got to go in, I believe. It may have been 4. I could be wrong. The concert started, I want to say it was like 6:30. It was really early. I'll be right back. There's a pretty good chance that I'm about to like cry because I can't find my ticket to the concert. I'm pretty sure I took it out and put it somewhere to keep it. I don't know where that is yet. I really need to stop doing that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure the concert started around like 6. It was really early. That's all I remember. It was either 6:30 or 7:30. And I think we were out of there by like 8. So I'm going to say it was like 6:30. And so we sat around for a little while. After we had been there for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour, I saw a taxi pass by, and I was like, huh. And I thought I want to say it was like Connor or someone. And I was like, huh. And then another taxi comes passing by. And by the time the second taxi comes passing by, everyone's like, oh my God, it's them. And I was like, you know what? That sounds about right. Because if you don't know how the venue's set up, it's 3 venues it's 3 venues, 3 separate venues, but it's one big venue. And so there's like the actual venue, and then there's like intros into like the parking deck on each side. And then they had these little island things next to the wall. Everyone else was like standing or sitting like on the bricks that led to the rose garden, but it was hot. So we went and we sat in the shade next to the parking deck. So this is how I was able to see this easily, because their car almost hit my foot, or the taxi almost hit my foot. And then when everyone else went in to do their meet and greets, the Tide didn't have a meet and greet, but Before You Exit and the Vamps did. The Tide came back out, and there was only like maybe 8 to 12 of us there. I'm pretty sure that's the amount. I can't remember very much. I remember specific people, but I don't remember everyone there. So the Tide came back out, and they asked if anyone wanted more pictures and stuff, and we kind of stood around them. We didn't say. After my incident with Nate, I was just kind of like, I'm good. At this point, like, I am good. Let everyone else take pictures that hadn't been there before. Just kind of just let them do their thing. And then I look over and I see Nate was holding. If you guys don't know, that's why they have a Scooby-Doo reference in the band. Anyways, fine. I looked over and I was just like, same. And then Nate dropped Levi and they came over and they asked if we wanted more pictures, and I was like, no, I think we're good. And then Drew walked over. Austin was off talking to some of these other girls that I think they were kind of older than us, so that just makes a little bit more sense. They asked if we wanted any more pictures, and then they walked away. And then a few minutes later, they walked back. I'm trying to remember exactly how this played out in my head. I don't think we talked to them 3 different times, but I'm not quite sure of the order of this. Like, the order makes sense in my head, but at the same time it doesn't. So we saw Nate. They came over, and Nate and Levi talked to us, asked if we wanted any more pictures. Then they walked away. A few seconds later, not even like a few seconds, maybe like a minute and a half, because it was not very long at all. They came back over, asked if we wanted any more pictures. Oh, wait, maybe it was 3 times. And so Katie and I stood there talking while they were maybe like 10 feet away. I don't know. They were within hearing distance. I know that because this is about to get really bad. They were within hearing distance. And Katie and I were just kind of joking around because AP U.S. history kicked my butt last year. I'm not going to lie. And we were talking about school or something. And I was like, yeah, I almost failed AP history last year. And I just kind of see, it was either like Levi's face. I'm pretty sure it was Levi's face. Just kind of go. And then Kay goes, it's okay. I failed all my classes last year. And then everyone's jaws and everyone in that band's jaws just kind of dropped. And I was like, oh, whoops. And then they came back over to talk to us, and Levi was just kind of bouncing around. Like, I do this every time I tell this story, but he's like kind of like this. He's like, so you guys want to take any more pictures? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I took another picture with Drew. I screwed up on this one, I'm gonna tell you now. And like, the next morning, I was looking back at those pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, Levi asked me multiple times if I wanted another picture, and he didn't. And I went back and I looked at that picture with Drew because I was just so, like, starstruck by Drew because didn't know who the band was. At this point, I knew who the band was because we took the time to look up who they were and stuff. We were still a little unsure on it. But anyway, so I went back and I looked at this picture of me and Drew, and I saw Levi, like, in the corner of the picture. Just kind of, like, he got in between me and Drew somehow. And I don't really know if that means anything. I don't know if it's relevant. But I don't know, in my mind it was like a few days later, like, I don't know. It makes me kind of sad. Anyways, after that, they went back inside. They let us in for the concert around 6, I believe, if the concert was at 6:30, because we all thought they were going to let us in at like 5 or 5:30. That didn't happen. All the people, like, a lot more people had shown up, and they kind of all piled up on the stairs leading into the venue, which had been clear most of the day. And so Katie and I just kind of stood there on those steps for a while. And then they let us into the venue, and I thought they were going to, like, check tickets. I thought they were going to do they did not do very much security-wise. I will be completely 100% honest with you. At least at my venue, I don't really know if this is for anyone else. But, like, there was no security check. There was no baggage check. Like, Katie was carrying around a backpack, which I wish I would have carried a backpack. But anyways, Katie was carrying around a backpack, and a lot of other girls were carrying around backpacks too. Like, there was no security check, there was no baggage check, there was no metal detector, there was no nothing. So anyone could have done anything they wanted to, and that's just kind of scary to think about. Anyways, we got into the venue, and we were, like, one of the first few to actually get, like, seats, because everyone else ran for ground floor. I was at this camp a few weeks ago, and we got, like, 4th row at that camp, like, our last day there, and everyone tends to run up to the stage kind of like a pit, like, during worship. And there were like 3,000 people there, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, at that camp. And we were in 4th row, and we were happy with our seats. We were content with our seats. All these people started running up. We're still kind of okay and content with our seats. Then these people start pushing these chairs, because we had chairs for our sessions, chairs back on us. And next thing you know, the 4th row of chairs is in, like, the 6th row of chairs. Like, it got pushed back so far, and then they started moving our chairs and moving all of our crap, which I know at that concert there was no chairs, but I'm just about to get to this point too. Whenever Katie and I did find just a little bit of space, we'd try to step back a little bit because it was really, like, clustered, and these girls would come back. And I remember at that camp just looking at Katie with her fist up like this, and I was like, okay, we're not doing this. So, and I had already established the fact, I mean, I'm not short, but I'm not tall either. I'm like 5'5". I like to see what I paid for. I like to get a whole view of the stage. So we got the seats not in the very front of where the actual seats started, but like the 2nd or 3rd row, and it was like dead center to the stage. And I'll insert a picture here. That picture does not do us justice on how good those seats were. Like, we were able to make eye contact, and that sounds very weird, like, considering the fact that, you know, there's lights up, well, there is lights up there, but there are lights up there, and, you know, they can't see you, and all that other stuff, but they were able, like, they turned the lights off at some point, and they did, like, house lights so they could see everybody, and there's eye contact made. And then also, these girls sitting next to me had these giant cutout heads. Well, not all of them were cut out, but these girls had giant pictures of the Vamps heads, and they were kind of showing them. And I was right next, like, literally, I was next to one of the girls, and that was, thank you. Anyways, so I also want to say something else to these girls. Like, halfway through the concert, like, I think it was around Before You Exit came on, my phone died. And that girl was gracious, and I turned to this girl next to me, and I was like, and I know she had a portable charger, and I was like, I know if this were me with anyone else, this is going to be a really weird question, but if this were me with anyone else, I'd probably say no, but can I borrow your portable charger? And she was like, yeah, sure. And I want to thank you. I don't know who you were. I don't know very much, but I just want to thank you for letting me see that portable charger, because thank you, because we hadn't even gotten to the Vamps yet, who I came there to see, and my phone was dead. And my portable charger had died because it was only like a quarter of the way charged. Anyways, So, we got to the venue. Concert started. The Tide came on first, and it's very funny because as I was walking into the venue, like I said, I knew nothing about the Tide. As I was walking into the venue, I was turning to Katie and I was like, I really want to watch. I really want to hear "Shut Up and Dance," and I didn't know that was one of their signature songs they played. But when they came out and they started singing that, I was like, oh my god, they know me so well. Oh my goodness, and I was really happy. And then another funny story is, as we were sitting outside the venue, these girls, also from the same state as Alabama, had came up next to us, and they started talking to us because they were sitting in the shade too, and they were talking about all the bands there, and then they were talking about the Tide, and the girls were like, oh, the Tide doesn't have their own songs, and they never sing their own songs, they're singing everybody else's songs, they don't have their own original song. After they played "Shut Up and Dance," no lie, Austin, the lead singer, was kind of like, hey guys, here's our own original song we wrote. You've heard it like local on, you've probably heard it on your local radio station. Just kidding, YouTube. And every song they played from then on out was completely original. So, and you can hear, I don't think you can hear me and Katie in the background of our videos, but as they would say it, Katie and I would go, oh, they wrote a song. Look at that. They wrote, because I didn't know the band at that point, but all I knew was like, those girls were just being like, I don't know, I think like halfway through their set, they told a story, and basically, I didn't hear the first part of the story very well, because I was trying to get my phone out so I could like video it, and I only got like half of this. But from what I've heard, Katie had told me, Levi had defended a girl. I don't quite remember if the boyfriend had said something to her, but he defended this guy's girlfriend, and he got punched in the face. And apparently Austin went marching around looking for him, and he was getting angry. That happened. And then the after that, before you exit, that's backwards. No, that's backwards. That's way backwards. Before You Exit played first. But I like the song Model. I always joke about the time how they're like, well, if this girl's wearing a t-shirt and she don't have any makeup on, she looks like a model, but if it's me, I look like a potato. That was my view on it. They did that, and they covered Photograph, I think. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. What was that song? I'm not going to be able to go on with this video until I figure this out. Oh god, camera situation. Okay, I'm back. It was Thinking Out Loud. So they played Thinking Out Loud, and then they played a few of their other songs, and Dangerous. I love Dangerous just because it reminded me so much of like an NSYNC song. I don't know why, but it reminded me a lot about an NSYNC song. And then, like I said, Before You Exit came on, and then the Tide, and then the Vamps came on, and there was intermissions between each of the bands. When the Vamps came on, to be honest, I thought I was going to be like in complete shock the whole time, and I was going to be like crying. I was not. Like, I was not in shock. Like, it took me about halfway through that concert to realize that they were standing there in front of me. And Brad was wearing this shirt, and oh gosh, it's like a bunch of peace signs, but like, and arms holding out peace signs, I'm pretty sure. But it's like, it looks like a swastika. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it looks like a swastika. And Brad, I don't know, like, he jumped around a lot, and I love the fact that they all played different instruments the whole concert, and, you know, that was really, like, a few minutes before they went into Girls on TV, it was James! It was James! Oh, it was James! Thank you, Bradley, because I can hear this clearly in my mind now. Bradley goes, what do we like, James? And then James goes, we like girls. And I'm just going to go ahead and clarify, Bradley's accent was so thick. Like, I still find myself going back and looking at the videos, and I was like, oh, he said that. Or did he say this? Or did he, like, I knew what he was saying half the time, but I didn't know what he was saying half the time. And so, after they had said that they like girls, a few minutes into Girls on TV, I just look over, and Brad's just grinding all up on, James. Yeah. Story. I don't know, I love that. And there's a video of that on my Instagram. I know for a fact there's a video of that on my Instagram. If you want to go back and find it, it is there at Obviously Katie. They covered Dear Maria Count Me In, and then when they got to the bridge of Dear Maria Count Me In, I was so excited. I wanted to hear, because Brad was playing the drums at this point, and oh my God. Connor was singing and playing the bass, and they were singing Dear Maria Count Me In, and like I said, Connor was the only one singing, and I was so excited because I wanted to hear how the bridge was going to go, and then they went into, like, they went into the chorus of Sugar We're Going Down swinging. Like, what? I don't know. After the concert, I remember we kind of sat around for a while, and we waited for the, we were going to wait and try to meet the band, but I figured since they came in so discreetly, they were so discreet with getting in, they were going to leave discreetly. Apparently, they left in a minivan, from what I've recently found out. Walking around, I was staying outside the front of the venue, because I didn't want to, like, get caught by my parents going through the side of the venue. I kind of gave up on that, and on the side of the venue, there was like a 4-lane highway. It was like 2 lanes on one side, and then an island, and 2 lanes on the other. So it was four lanes basically. And you see, like, their tour bus is parked over there. But anyways, and there were just girls running across that street towards that tour bus, and I was kind of like, I'm not going over there until I know for sure that they're over there. And a couple of times you just hear random screams, and everyone's like, oh my God, it's them. And then you'd see girls run across that 4-lane highway, and then they'd come, like, marching back really fast and angry way and be like, they don't know what they're talking about. That's not them. They have no clue what they're talking about. Before you exit, we stood outside the back of the venue, and there was a whole bunch of girls, and all of them said that the Vamps had left. They weren't going to be there, and that was actually true. So, yeah, they were like, the Vamps had left, and they're not going to be here. But we waited outside for a little bit, and Before You Exit came out, and I wanted to get a picture with them, but, you know, Toby was the only one I really remember seeing, but he had, like, you know, his bodyguard. Anyways, Toby came out, and a whole bunch of fans were just, like, bombarding him and trying to take selfies while he was walking, and I couldn't do that, like, especially with the way security was being, like, they were completely disobeying security, and I know some people can do that, but, like, they were really getting pushed back, and it was, like, he tried walking forward, he'd end up walking backwards, and so I just took some pictures of them, like, leaving. So I make the joke, I saw Before You Exit, and I'll insert some pictures of that here. But besides that, that's all I really have to say. We never did get to meet the Vamps. If you're a Vamps fan, you know what that pun is. Anyways, we never did really get to meet them. We went to a diner after that, and it's like, it was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and we got mozzarella sticks. And then we went to sleep, and we woke up the next morning, and the post-concert depression didn't hit me until then, and I started crying like a baby, because I didn't want to leave Atlanta, even though I already knew that they were already in North Carolina. I didn't want to leave Atlanta. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap that up here. I'm actually going to see 5 Seconds of Summer this July, either 5th or 6th, and it's like literally like a year after my concert date, and it's kind of cool. But I'm going to go see 5 Seconds of Summer. I have sound check, and I have actually some really good seats. So if you guys want to see another storytime video about that, I could so do that. I mean, I know it's like a year away, but I don't know, like, I'm really excited. And Michael turned 20 today, and I'm going to cry like a baby. Like, I don't think it's hit me yet, because that's, like, Michael's my baby. Okay, I'm gonna go, you guys. I'm gonna try making some more videos. We're gonna see how this goes. Okay.